Hey guys, I just wanted to run you through a real quick demonstration of what it looks like when we do a online presence scorecard for a local business. Now, this company didn't ask for this. We just came across them online, and it looks like they could use a bit of help. So this is Sports Travel Tours down in Frisco, Texas. Their overall score is about a 57% optimized. And you can see that it's their business details, their listings, and their website performance that are the weak areas here. So when we look at the business details, there's not a chat widget on their site, and a lot of people would prefer to chat with a business than try to get on the phone with them, and it's not like the pressure and the time commitment of being on a phone call, so they'd rather just chat. Their site hosting, I don't know where it's at, but it doesn't look like it's that fast. I don't know what other functionality they have, but the other thing is a text-enabled phone number. So kind of similar to the chat widget, a lot of people would rather just text a business, and that way you can have kind of that asynchronous conversation at your own pace. And their number doesn't look like it is enabled for that. Now, they do seem to have Google Tag Manager and Analytics and a Facebook Pixel on their site. So that's good. I don't know if they're running ads actively, but if they decide to, they're certainly prepared. They have the Pixel in place, so they can track the data of visitors and things like that. They have claimed their Google Business profile, which is great, verifying their name, address, phone number, etc. The problem is that their listings are all over the place. So this is something that it feels dumb. It feels like who goes to where2.com, who goes to yp.com, who goes to Silex or Hot Frog. The thing is, like Apple Maps uses data from some of these sites to fill in their database. Google actually uses data from some of these sites to fill up their database. And so if you've got inconsistencies across these sites, that can look kind of bad. It looks like maybe your business has moved, or you're just not active anymore and you're not maintaining your listings. And so you want to make sure your name, address, and phone number are perfectly unified across all of these different systems. And as you can see here, there's a lot of discrepancies. This was Sports Travel Tours. Here's Sports Travel Tours Inc. Missing addresses. So you want to just make sure that those are all aligned, and that's actually super easy to do. You don't have to go set up accounts with every one of these. You just turn on a service for aligning your listings, and it's taken care of. Online reputation. So they don't have a ton of reviews. They're primarily good. I mean, they're good reviews, but it takes them a few days to respond to them, and there's just not a lot. And so the next thing I would focus on would be automating some processes to get requests for reviews from clients on a regular basis. You want to automate that so nobody's falling through the cracks and getting forgotten, and even reminders. So if they don't do it after a couple days, you send them a nudge. But you want to be getting a lot more of those reviews, and we'll look down below at some of the competitors to see how it compares. Yeah, medium volume here. There's a handful that haven't had any response to them, even though they're old. It would be beneficial to respond to those. And it's a good opportunity when you respond to include some of the keywords you want to rank for. Especially on the old ones that aren't going to get seen as much. You can be responding there with some of the keywords that you're hoping people will find you for. Let's jump down here. The mobile site is a little slow. It's not horrible, but it could be better. You're getting dinged on large content on the page. You're probably loading very high resolution images in places where they're just showing up real small. And your overall SEO score is pretty poor. That might be because of the builder that you're using. We'd have to dig into that a little bit more. But overall, you've got 14 errors that ought to be fixed, and 13 on mobile. And it's a lot of stuff that like someone who knows what they're doing could come in and get that fixed up pretty quickly, and that would have a big, meaningful impact on your search engine optimization, on your search rankings. Um, so you're ranking pretty well in and around this area here. You're doing pretty good for tour operator. There are probably a handful of other categories that would be relevant that we could add here as well, and we'd be able to expand what you're showing up for. Your rank right on the center of that is at the top because that's where you're located. But your clients, I'm guessing, are coming from further out than just like a 3-mile radius. And so we'd want to get you ranking further out. You're up against companies that have 81. There's a lot that are lower than you. But this one here has 3,000. I mean, they're clearly automating their requests, and they're getting requests from most of their clients. 272. So you're in a good position. But I would suggest that you're a little bit at risk of getting dethroned if someone else really steps up their game here. So there you go. That's a quick overview. If I were you, if I were trying to optimize your site for ranking in search engines and AI engines, things like that, I would fix up these errors and warnings. I would optimize your site content so that it loads a lot faster. And then I would automate your reviews, both requests for people to come give you a review and the responses. So when someone submits a review, we can automate that with AI that responds to it and says, "Hey, thanks for your review. We really appreciate it. We're happy that you had a great experience," type thing. And that shows Google that you're actively operating in your business, that you haven't gone out of business. You're still serving clients and things like that. So they will actually benefit you in the rankings if you're responding to people. And then aligning those listings. That's quick and easy. So there you go. That's it. That is what a marketing, I call it your online presence scorecard, because it's not just about your website, it's about your Google business profile, your social media profiles, things like that. And that's what that looks like. So if you want one for your business, let me know, and we'd be happy to put one together and send it over for you to take a look at. Have a great day.